My name is Dr. Oti-Boateng. I'm the Director for Science Policy and Capacity Building in the Natural Sciences sector of the United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, for short, UNESCO, headquarters in Paris. But before that, 2 years ago, I was a regional senior science program specialist for science and technology for Africa before joining here and promoted to the level of a director here in Paris, where I oversee global science, technology, and innovation policies and capacity building in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, also including local knowledge. So you see, this is where I come in, but I'm part of 3 divisions in the science sector. The other one is water, and the third is ecological and earth system sciences. So this is where I come from. I have been connected or associated with BioInnovate since its inception. And I had the pleasure of being its chairperson. It's a very good initiative which seeks to harness the potential of young scientists and engineers in the natural sciences and also in policy, coming together and linking their work to not only job creation, but also establishment of their own small-scale enterprises, which is what Africa needs to leapfrog in its industrialization, as clearly indicated in the Africa Agenda 2063. And also, if I can link it up to my work that I do mostly, also to the Sustainable Development Goal. The COVID-19 pandemic has devastated global economy, socioeconomic and environmental gains made in recent years. And we are in danger of eroding all the gains we have made in the last few years. And if I will come back to BioInnovate, this is a real opportunity for BioInnovate to take the opportunities that COVID presents and leapfrog Africa's socioeconomic development. For example, as you know, countries that have really invested in science, technology, innovation, like China, like India, like Germany, and to some extent, UK and EU, have built back better than Africa, because they have a very strong science, technology, and innovation. And if you come to BioInnovate, or biological innovations, the vaccine, those who had the technology were able to produce the vaccine, or those who had the technology were able to produce the engineering, capacity or the engineering requirements, which is linked to this vaccine production. And those countries who understand science were able to use science, technology, and innovation, evidence-based policies to inform their people to build back better. This is where we don't have Africa. We have not invested much in science, technology, and innovation. If anything at all, the COVID gives us a great opportunity to invest in our young people, to take up science and technology and link it to market-oriented, capacity building or industries, so that we can leapfrog and build, industrial, to enhance industrialization of Africa. And if you look at the Sustainable Development of Goal 9, it's not there as an adage. It's not by accident that Goal 9, which is talking about innovations and investing in science, technology, research, and capacity building in all aspects. This is, where we have, as Africa, have to learn to leapfrog, have to learn from the experiences of others. There is no more time for complacency for Africa. Science and technology is key, and we must make it the cornerstone of every development in Africa. Bioeconomy for Eastern Africa is imperative because you have all the resources. What you need to do is beneficiation of those potential you have. The farm produce you produce. Must you continue exporting raw materials? Why don't you add value to it and get more, price for it, for your products, for your commodity? I take example of your coffee. Rwanda has coffee, produces one of the finest coffee. Why must you continue, selling raw beans to the rest of the world? Kenya produced tea. They have done a bit. They have done well. They have, really, added value by developing allied industries in the tea industry. But it's not enough. Or Uganda, they produce so much banana. What do you do with the bananas? So you have to add value to it. But this is only in, food production. But I will take another area of what we call energy, renewable energy production. Kenya has one of the best thermal industry that they can develop based on the natural gas that they have. Why can't we, add value to all that? And if I may go, for example, other countries in the region, are developing economies, but economies that are not based on collaboration between research, which is science, the human capacity that you have, and the market's potential or that you have. You need to bring these three tools together: academia, research and industry, and the young people as the drivers of the next generation of the Africa we want. So until we can do that, and I think it's imperative now, as I said, it's imperative for Eastern Africa coming together as a region, because together you can influence more than just as a single country. East Africa come together. East Africa Economic Development or group come together, just like EU. You see, EU is a powerful force because they are together. Come together. ECOWAS is a powerful force. SADC is a powerful force. It's time now for East Africa to strengthen its regional cooperation so that you can do this one collectively as a region, but individually as a country, to the benefit of not only East Africa, but for the individual young people or the people in the various countries, particularly women and children. Bioeconomy for Eastern Africa is imperative, and I'd like to compare it to the Sustainable Development Goals. And one key, threat, even evident with COVID, is climate change. You need to have bioeconomy, bioinnovation can address issues of climate adaptation and mitigation. For example, if I may take the locust in Kenya that happened last time, it is as a consequence of climate change. But how are we preparing to build the resilient communities to address these challenges of climate change? We need BioInnovate. We need to innovate using biological systems or whatever, to influence the bioeconomy, because the low cost caused a lot of loss of the economy, but it's linked to the biological threat of climate change. So bioeconomy is more relevant than ever before. What we need is proponents to implement it, because there are great opportunities, and also create the avenue, have the advocacy, for promoting bioeconomy and BioInnovate as core, as imperative for the sustainable socioeconomic and environmental development, not only of Eastern Africa, but for Africa as a whole. And the future is now.